Hey there, Scorpio, and welcome to your August 2017 monthly general reading. Okay, and it's more like a mid-month reading, but the energy from this reading is just basically going to cover you for the month of August going into the next month. Okay, I want to apologize for being so late on your video this month, but I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I've had an issue with cold or allergies that I've been trying to get over, and I just was not even able to do the video. Your card's already out here because this is actually the third time I'm trying to get this video started, and the video keeps dropping out when I'm recording. So I already pulled the cards for your weekly and your overall energy. All right, the overall energy for this month is the Knight of Cups, okay? Yes, the Knight of Cups, and we'll get back to that. Your energy coming into the first week is the Death card in reverse. Second week is the Six of Wands in reverse. Third week is the King of Cups in reverse. The last week is the Moon, okay, in the upright. So, because I've already done your love reading for this month, Scorpio, I kind of know what's going on, but I'm going to go ahead and I want to make this reading as general as it is because everybody is not coming to get information on their love life, and we have a separate video for that. But if your love life is really prominent in your life right now, if what's going on in your love life is really prominent, then of course it's going to bleed into the general reading as well, okay? So for your overall energy being the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Cups basically is asking you to get in touch with your intuition and your emotions. Okay, yes, the Knight of Cups is about romance and following your heart, and it's about messages of love, but messages are not always what you want. You see what I'm saying? Messages of love, it can be a message that it's time to leave love. It can be a message that it's time to try a new approach in love. It's not necessarily that the love you want is coming your way. Sometimes it's a message that the love you want is not coming your way, or that you need to do something else to get the love that you want, okay? This can also represent new creative projects, okay? New ventures in your life, exploring your passions. All right, so that's what this month is about. It's about balancing your emotions. It's about following your intuition, and it's about doing what you need to do to basically bring the love that you want into your life, okay? So let's go ahead and start off with this Death card in reverse. The Death card in reverse, Scorpio, is it can be you, okay? You are not yourself right now, okay? You're upside down. Something's going on. The symbolic, let's just go with the card itself and not you as a person. This is saying that you're resisting change, okay? Something has ended or something needs to end, but you're still projecting this like false illusion that things are okay, or you're just delaying the ending of something, okay? So there's a period of stagnation that you may be stuck in, or a situation or a person that basically there's no progress in the situation, there's no progress in this relationship, there's a stalemate in, you know, the friendship, the family relationship, whatever it is, and you're feeling stuck. This can also represent a person or a situation from the past that resurfaces and causes some type of issue in your life as well. So let's go ahead and clarify that. And we get the Star card also in reverse. So the Star card in reverse is saying that you're being unrealistic, okay? That you have hopes that are based on unrealistic expectations or fantasy. Okay, so once again, this is a card that's saying that you are not being realistic about whatever the situation is. All right, I'm not sure what the situation is yet, but whatever it is, you're projecting what you want onto the situation versus what is. All right. This can also represent that you have some sort of low self-esteem. And maybe that's what's preventing you from moving on or moving away because you just feel like you don't have the courage to do so. All right. We clarify that again, and we get the Two of Cups also in reverse, Scorpio. So it's a relationship. Okay, it's some type of personal relationship that has been disappointing you or that has disappointed you. It could be a breakup in this relationship or some type of blockage. All right, but you're not in control of your emotions at the time, at this time. And you've been self-sacrificing and putting yourself last, and it has not panned out the way that you would like it to. Okay, so if this is a relationship, it's saying that it's basically coming to an end, or this phase of this negative phase of the relationship needs to come to an end, and you are prolonging doing something that you need to do in order to free up these blockages and have love flowing in your life again. Whether that's just having a discussion, a realistic discussion about the relationship, whether that's seeing your partner for who they really are. I'm sorry for stuttering, or whether that's moving away from this person because you've known that they're just not right for you. All right, moving into the second week, you have the Six of Wands in reverse. And the Six of Wands in reverse is saying that you're holding yourself back, right? Because wands are action card, but when wands are in reverse, that means there's no action. So you're not doing all that you can to get or achieve whatever it is that you want, or you feel like something is missing or something is lacking. You could be lacking confidence, okay? You could be doubting yourself. All right, and also here with the star card in reverse is saying that your self-esteem is low. So whatever this situation is has caused you to begin to have doubts about yourself and your abilities, and maybe that's why you are not making whatever choice or moving forward or letting this change that needs to happen because you're just not sure of yourself right now. This also represents a possible fall from grace, or not even a fall from grace, so to speak, but maybe a situation where you thought you would receive positive feedback for something that you did or for something, and you wound up receiving negative feedback instead. Okay, so once again, that's tied to your expectations. You have expectations of a situation, but the reality of the situation is not matching up. Okay, so you're doing things expecting that they're going to work and they're going to help, and then they still don't. It's like no matter what you do, it's just not working and helping in this situation. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify this Six of Wands in reverse. And you get the Four of Cups, right? So the Four of Cups represents once again that you are focusing on what could be, what could have been, versus what actually is. All right. You're not satisfied with what actually is. And instead of doing what you can to change that, you're focusing on memories of the past. You're focusing on how things were in the beginning of this relationship or the beginning of this friendship or partnership. You're focusing on how you would like things to be. And you might even possibly be a little depressed about the fact that things are not the way you would like, because this card has sadness and depression attached to it as well. And maybe you're just too depressed to even make a decision about what to do next. All right, but you're feeling kind of tired. You're just kind of feeling discontent in the situation. You're unhappy. Um, and this also is a card of not appreciating what you have, all right? Because you can't appreciate what you have if you're not being realistic about what it is that you have. Okay? And so, Scorpio, you know, sometimes we try to hold on to things. Okay, we have an idea in our mind, we have a relationship, and we know that we should be with this person, or we think we should be with this person, or we want to be with this person. But if this person is not right for us, if this person is not the person for us, things keep happening over and over again that disappoint us, right? So, let's go ahead. We can clarify this again. All right. So you have the Four of Cups. You could also be withdrawing from the situation, from the person. All right. You could also be a little bit defensive. This person might actually even be offering you something, or you have another offer that you're not even considering because you're still holding on to this situation, right? But if this person's offering you something, you might not even be satisfied with the offer, and you don't know how to say no, or you're just taking your time and making that decision. Because then you also have the Hangman, okay? Hangman in reverse. And the Hangman in reverse is saying that, you might be even playing the victim in this situation. Look what you've done to me. I can't believe you did this to me. Look what you've done to our relationship, okay? You could be sulking. This is another card that indicates that you're still being delusional about the situation, or that you may be suffering some type of indecision because you've been sacrificing for this situation for so long. It's very hard to just give that up. when you've been working very hard to make something happen, okay, when you've been putting a lot of work into a situation, when you've been fighting for a situation for a long time, it is very difficult to let it go, because guess what, right? These projections, this what could have been, all these things that you wanted, all your wishes, your hopes and dreams for this situation, that comes from you. That's your projection. So that is a part of you that you have to let go. Okay, it's more than just you moving away from a person. You have to move away from that part of yourself that you feel like should be, right? That part of you that's hoping for something that's not coming. Okay, we move on to the next week, and you have the King of Cups in reverse. And the King of Cups, if this is a person in your life, I mean, this could be you, Scorpio, because the King of Cups is, water sign related. But if it's a person, they're manipulative, they're moody, have a really terrible temper, maybe even emotional outbursts, okay? This is a person that dwells on the past. This is another person that also plays the victim or plays the martyr in situations. Look at all that I've done for you. All right, so it might be a situation where both you and this person feel like you've done or put in work in the relationship, right? But neither one of you are satisfied with how things are. And, you're both looking at each other and saying, well, look what I've done. I've done my part. It's not my fault that things are the way they are, but I mean, sometimes if you just don't work, it's just not working. All right, but if this person is manipulative, then that would definitely explain why, you're having a hard time moving away, because they're making you feel like they're the victim. Okay, you feel like you've been sacrificing, you feel like you've done a lot for the situation, and then you're trying to make it work. And this person is saying, well, look what I've done. I've done enough, and, here I am, and I'm suffering too, and, I'm emotional, and I'm upset, and what about me? So you guys you've been at a crossroads, and it's time to make a decision, because you cannot stay in this suspended state. You cannot stay in a state of indecision. Nothing's happening. Things are stagnant. This is another stagnation card. Death in reverse represents stagnation. All right. In the last week, you have the moon. The moon, you are very confused. All right. This represents illusions also. This represents secrets maybe coming out. Fear and anxiety, some type of insecurity. Your intuition is speaking to you right now, and Knight of Cups is asking you to listen to it. Okay, balance your emotions, because they're out of control right now, or they're just swirling right now. This card can represent that you're feeling overwhelmed. It can represent that you've been repressing certain emotions. You've been repressing certain emotions. You've been repressing yourself because you've been trying to make the situation work, and now these feelings cannot be held back anymore. And maybe you are the King of Cups, and maybe that's why you're emotional and you're having outbursts, because you are fed up of this situation. You just cannot take it anymore. You can no longer go along with it. And the Death card is the catalyst. It's saying, look, the situation is not, you're not going to stay in the situation the way it is anymore. Whether you make the changes to move forward together, or you just move forward by yourself, you have to find a way to move forward. Okay? You've been in a cycle with this person, it seems like. And you may be unsure of your future, or you're actually even projecting fear into your future now because of the bad things that have happened in the past. You're not expecting anything good to happen in the future. But guess what? Once again, your expectations are unrealistic, right? Because if this person says they want to work things out, but you're not expecting anything better than the future, then once again, your expectations are basically going to sabotage your future, right? We go ahead and we can clarify that. You get the Five of Cups in reverse. All right, so this represents unable to let go of past hurt. All right, you're ready to move on from any pain and sadness, but that hurt is just still there. Okay, and it's very hard for you to move on from that. Um, you could be trying to work it out with someone who has hurt you in the past, okay? Because you don't want to let go of the situation, right? This is another card that saying you're holding on, you're staring at what might have been. You have opportunities behind you. You have opportunities here that you're not even focusing on because you're still focusing on this situation that has been disappointing you. The situation that has been disappointing you for so long, you just don't know how to see anything else. Okay, and you're very sad about it as well. Okay, um, this can represent that, it's time to come to an end of this emotional suffering. All right, and that's what the death card is in reverse is also saying to us. All right, sorry about that. I had to take a bit of a break, but right. So let's go ahead and clarify the moon again. Okay, see what is really going on in the situation. You get the Two of Swords. Okay, in the upright. So the Two of Swords in the upright indicates that you're ignoring something. All right, you're ignoring a decision that needs to be made. You're putting off making a decision. It can indicate a relationship where two people are not willing to compromise. You're at odds with each other. All right, and you just don't want to make a decision about this relationship. Scorpio, your love reading said the same exact thing. It's saying the same exact thing. You know exactly what's going on, okay? I understand the moon card represents deception, and sometimes we don't know that a person is deceiving us, but in this situation, I feel like you do know that you're being deceived, all right? Whether you're unemotional right now or you're dealing with the King of Cups in reverse, who is a manipulator, this person, okay, I say he because it's the King of Cups, but it could be a she if you are the Scorpio. This person is a manipulator, and you've known that. You've known that for a long time. I don't think anything that's happening right now is a surprise. I think what is happening right now is that you are coming to a place where you are tired of fighting with this person, and you know that in order to make peace in your life, in order to have peace in your life, you might have to just move away from this person altogether because you're not going to find peace with this particular person. Okay? Um, then you have the Nine of Swords. More worry, more fear, more anxiety. All right? You feel like you're like stuck in a nightmare right now with this person. You know that being with this person is going to bring more of the same. Sleepless nights. Okay? Then you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Okay? Not getting what you want. This is also represents someone who's putting on a happy face, putting up a front, keeping up appearances, pretending that everything is okay when everything is not okay. I'm not going to pull any more cards, but Scorpio, I remember the last two love readings. I remember the last, I do vaguely remember all of the readings. And it seems like you have been awakening from the situation. You've been fighting with the person in the past readings. You guys have really been fighting. You've recognized in the past readings that there's somebody who has been deceiving you or who has been doing things behind your back. Okay. The past couple of readings, that card, the Seven of Swords, has come up. It's come up in the upright, it's come up in the reverse. So you know exactly who this person is. All right. You are still hoping and wishing, and you've been hoping and wishing that this person would change. You've been turning a blind eye to the situation because you, this, whatever this relationship is, whether it represents financial security, whether it's just you don't want to ruin the image that you've been putting out to your family and friends, or whatever it may be, there's a reason why you don't want to let the situation go. But you are at a point now where you're contemplating your actual happiness in life, the rest of your life, versus keeping up this facade, versus just being able to say, yeah, we're still together after, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, however long this situation has been going on. This is more than just, okay, we make a good team, we provide well for our family. You've been sacrificing your happiness for your family, all right? You've been sacrificing your happiness maybe for your children, maybe for your family, maybe for just the sake of having this relationship or being in this relationship, and you're at a point where you don't know if you can do that anymore. And that's what the Knight of Cups is asking you. The Knight of Cups is saying, look, stop turning a blind eye. Stop ignoring your intuition and do what you need to do in order to be happy. All right, because happiness is here for you, but I feel like you're ignoring it. You're turning your back on it because you're so focused on your disappointment in this situation. And maybe happiness is with this person. Maybe you can still have happiness, but sometimes you just have to level your expectations. You can't expect this person who has had this behavior, whatever the behavior is, whether it's been drinking, gambling, spending, just being frivolous, someone who just wasn't taking the relationship seriously. It's not always about cheating, but maybe that's part of it. But you can't expect that a person who has been that way for so long to just boop, turn around and change. You can't expect that. It doesn't happen. So you need to be realistic about the fact that, you know what, you might have to endure a little bit more of this person's behavior until they get to a point where they need to be in this relationship. And if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to sacrifice any more of your time, then it is time to move on. But either way, you cannot expect that this person is just going to be who you want them to be because they've never been that person. Even though you've been with them for so long, they've never been who you want it to be. That's why you're so disappointed. That's why you are suffering through anxiety and sleepless nights. Okay? That's why your wishes haven't been fulfilled because this person is not who you thought they would be. And they're not going to be. So either you accept them for who they are or you move on from the situation. Okay, Scorpio. If that resonated with you, I do realize that, everybody's not in an unhappy situation. So maybe it's just there's aspects of a person that you're with that, you're indecisive about how to confront them about. It doesn't necessarily have to be a catastrophic situation, but for some people, this is what their situation is. And okay? And you know what to do. You just don't want to do it. All right. I'm sorry, Scorpio. I pray that next month we'll have a better reading. And I pray that you guys, find the strength to do what you need to do to bring that love in your life because we all deserve love. You know, we don't always get what we want, but we all do deserve to be loved. And I hope you find that, Scorpio. And I see you guys at the next reading. Okay. Thanks for joining me. Bye.